Hey guys, Litter Magic here. And oh boy, the fallout from what is measurably on social media the biggest Magic story in the last couple years has been absolutely immense. Like legitimately, this whole weekend I've been playing Fallout 4, and then I jump off and look at these stories and I'm like, that's a lot of Fallout. So there's a lot to talk about, but boy, a lot of YouTubers are exaggerating about a lot of this stuff. So we're going to keep it a little more grounded here. People are like, oh wow, the collector's booster dropped $200. No, they were $440 a week ago on eBay, and now they're $375. That's a big drop, but in my opinion, it's not big enough. Now, it might be a supply and demand thing, and you look at price index sites and it's a little lower, but still, if you were to say, I'm going to go on eBay and buy one right now, that's what they are. In fact, on Amazon, it appears to be $500 for some reason. 2.8 out of 5 rating, by the way. So if you see some listings for like $275, $300, people on eBay are trying to scam people by showing the nearly identical, same art, same color, same font, same wording, just basically missing the letter S, retail version of the collector's booster, which contains one booster. So they're usually saying like, oh, it contains 3, by the way. We're selling you 3. There's only 1 in the photo, but it is 3. Couple people are just outright trying to sell these for like $300. A single booster. That is misrepresenting the product pretty bad. You're risking your eBay account if you do something like this. But yeah, I mean, do you think this many people think, like here, I'm looking at one right now, $264.99 for 3 retail boosters. Do you really think that seller thinks that they're worth $88.33 plus tax per booster? Or are they just trying to scam somebody by being the lowest in the sort and hoping somebody doesn't look too close at the listing? You know, if the buyer files any complaint of any type or any kind of return, they always have eBay side with them. So you might think you're scamming someone, but you're not. You're the one who's going to get burned. So another thing, the big story is we don't know who pulled it yet, but somebody in Ontario, Canada, and boy, was there a lot of buzz about, ooh, if they open it in Canada, it's illegal. Hate to break it to you. Everybody loves a good drama story, a big, ooh, WOTC's in trouble, ooh, a big WOTC screwed up. But it is absolute hyperbole, exaggerated, knowingly false nonsense. No, nobody is in any legal trouble with one little asterisk. Let me give you the little disclaimer here. Canadian laws are like written one way, and then what they choose to interpret and enforce is completely arbitrary. It's basically a dictatorship. It's exactly like China, which if you know Trudeau and President Winnie the Pooh, that's not surprising. They can and will historically take some law and be like, we could twist this into kind of saying that this is illegal, and then selectively enforce it against people they don't like. So if they decide they want to crack down on this, not a dang word of the law is going to stop them. They're going to say, no, this does apply. And then all the judges and everybody's on the same page because he installed his own little people. It is quite literally functioning exactly like a dictatorship. Ooh, the US needs multi-party tiered voting. Oh, so we can get Trudeau? So that somebody who won like 34% of the vote and everybody hates becomes the winner just because they were the top one? What a great system! Anyway, before I go full lawyer tuber on this, blah, 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 here's the big giant, 10-page definition of a lottery. Oh, that sounds like this. Okay, but WOTC has the defense of 31 years of knowingly not enforcing it. What's different this time? One card? But this, it says cards right in the law. Redemption cards, cards that you can turn in for physical goods or money, direct sponsored, written by the company. If it says the terms of this giveaway / contest / sweepstakes are, if you get this bottle cap, this card, this thing, this whatever, this voucher, this piece of paper, and you trade it in, we will give you a free Pepsi, a free sub at Subway, a free bottle of maple syrup. We'll trade it in for a gift certificate that you can trade in for another thing at purchase. It doesn't matter how many layers deep you are. If that's the rules, it's a lottery or it's a sweepstakes or it's, however they categorize it within that set of laws. Let's do a little branching tree here. Okay, I don't think I even need to make this chart. Is the $1 million being offered by WOTC? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, it's illegal lottery. No. Okay, then it's not. There is no WOTC associates, there's no WOTC partners, there's no sub-brands, there's nothing involved in Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro that is redeeming this for anything worth anything. They're just like, it's yours, it's rare, whatever. And remember, they don't make statements about secondary value and individual values of cards opened, because if they acknowledged it, then they'd be in trouble in certain countries. Saying, hey, we acknowledge that there's a distinct provable market value to the things they're opening. That would be insane to admit that. So despite the fact that the staff has on multiple occasions accidentally admitted that has never been the official corporate policy. So it's all in the clear. And like I said, their defense would be, why didn't you enforce this for the last couple decades? Why is this just on your radar now? And then they would just prove that the government knew about it and didn't do anything. And then they'd have the defense of, okay, what are you going to do about Yu-Gi-Oh? What are you going to do about every other card game ever? Pokemon, everything. It's all gambling now. What are you going to do about, like, those little blind bags with kid toys at the dollar store and at Walmart or whatever, which I think isn't in Canada, but whatever. Look, it's never been challenged because nobody wants to touch this. There's precedent legally going back to, like, baseball cards in the 50s. You could open something rare, but it's not like you can turn around and sell it back to Hasbro, okay? Because then that's literally just a casino. So if you're like, but it says cards, that's not what they mean. But it says value, that's not what they mean. But it says literally insert anything here. And then the answer is, but that's not what that law means. So no, nobody's in any trouble unless Canada decides to make the laws seem to say that. They'll be like, well, this is our interpretation, so shove it. Have fun in our totally fair and unbiased legal system. And I've heard people pointed out, oh, but they don't disclose the odds in this exact way. Well, they do, first of all. And secondly, do you really think that Hasbro has been accidentally running an illegal lottery and not complying with giveaway and promotion and like prize rules and the Competition Act and all that for decades, and they just accidentally, oops, we misread it, or oops, we're knowingly running a racket? No, I kind of doubt that. I kind of feel like they have people on staff with big legal degrees that made sure that they're in compliance with the laws and even probably ran it by the government and got it approved. Come on. They have so much legal defense that they wouldn't even try it. They would piss off Nintendo. They would piss off, like, they don't do stuff like that. They just don't. They're not that, they're stupid, but they're not that damn stupid. Now, if WOTC was a conservative company, they would have already sued them. They would have hauled them off to jail. Because that's part of the Trudeau dictatorship. So that's all that legal giveaway crap that everybody's alarming about. It's all nonsense. Don't listen to people. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm not a lawyer either, but I have followed and studied legal stuff just as a hobby like you wouldn't believe. And I read this and I'm just like, the amount of stuff people are getting wrong is amazing. And let me just quantify it for you. 100% is the amount that they're getting wrong. I'm not going to sit there and bullet point everything that everybody said, tear it apart, because that's just boring. But just keep in mind that everything everybody's talking about, where they're like, oh, WOTC's going to jail, WOTC's in trouble, WOTC's going to get the Canadian government up their ass. No. Just no. That is false. Okay, I got a lightning round it, but there's no skill test. Yeah, but it's not a promotional giveaway or a lottery or a whatever the other term was. But they didn't comply with the no purchase necessary thing. That's because it's not a giveaway or a lottery. What about the special laws that apply to Quebec? Okay, but it's not a contest or a lottery. What are the Competition Act and contest rules? Well, it's not a giveaway or a lottery or a sweepstakes, so... What about the laws pertaining to social media? Well, it's not I think you get it at this point. So what else have I heard? Oh, they're going to get absolutely destroyed. It's got to go negative because of capital gains tax. Ah, yes, the famous 110% tax in Canada. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, they're going to get destroyed when tax time rolls around. Yes, that's how that works. That's why you don't spend it all in the first year. You plan for it. In fact, in America, you would pay estimates. I have no idea what you do in Canada. You could do a one-time voucher thing, not even like a quarterly filing or an estimate, but like a one-time prepayment, which you shouldn't do because the penalty is like 1%. This is not legal or tax or accounting advice, by the way, I should say. That really sounded like it, but I have to say that it isn't because I'm not a tax person. So if you can make more than 1%, like for example, anything, a certified deposit by the time, December rolls around, and if you got a certified deposit, I mean, bad example, but for like a 9-month duration, then they can't call it I forget, I always call it a slush sale. That's not what it's called, but it's really similar. Where you purposely sell something at the end of the year so that it's not considered a long-term whatever, but it's a different type of property. It's not technically a security. It's a whole thing. You should be very worried about that if you pick up corporate bonds. But anyway, people are saying, this person's going to go bankrupt. How the hell are they going to lose, like, let's just say it's 50%. How are they going to lose the other half of it? And yeah, you've got, like, the whole issue where if you sell it to a place outside of Canada, which, almost guaranteed they're going to, technically, I would auction it. Well, then, like, the money was made elsewhere, and then you might get taxed in 2 countries. Okay, that's something I don't know a whole lot about. I know that, like, goods entering Canada get hit by a tax. I'm pretty sure money entering Canada under some circumstances gets hit, but people are like, oh, man, they're going to burn the entire rest of the million in accounting and tax fees, and or lawyers, not tax fees, lawyers. Who the hell are you hiring for $1 million? And let me just say, Okay, not that I would do this, but if I lived in Canada and it looked like some ridiculous convoluted sequence of bullshit and red tape was going to make me go negative or damn close to it, lose 90% of some amount, I'm going to a country that don't extradite. You boys move into like the Bahamas or something. I don't know. I think that's U.S. territory. Yeah, we're going to go live in Colombia for a while. And by a while, I mean I am never going back to Canada, okay? Yes, Canada's an overpriced shithole run by an absolute moron. That ain't news. They'd nickel and dime everything and control your entire life, and you idiots let it happen. And then they took your guns away, too. Now, let me just say, if there's legally no provable value to anything that you pull, and the value is only established from properties of this type, which is kind of a legal precedent, when you sell it, then you aren't going to get hit with capital gains until you sell it and you just bring it outside of Canada and don't go back. Or do, sell it somewhere else and then just pay the money on the way back on the amount that you bring back in. Once again, not legal advice, that one I'm a little shaky on. So to circle back to one thing I forgot to say before, I think that this product is going to hit like the mid to low 200. And the only reason it hasn't yet is because there's just none to go around. People bought all of them up. But wait till you see the singles and the EVs go down. Oh boy. I think the streamers that already bought a lot are first of all going to stop immediately. And secondly, they're going to try to pull the other serialized versions, like the more than one of one. Because those are still worth a bit. But yeah, there's still some bomb cards in here. But so many people opened this, it's ridiculous. So as far as the conspiracy about like what link does this person have to WOTC or what link do they have to this, that, or the other thing, or when was it really opened? We don't really have any evidence because we don't know who it is and we don't have a time frame, but let's talk about the time frame for a second. That's the last thing to talk about with this. And by the way, leave a like and subscribe if you like this level of ripping off the bullshit from this story and telling you what's actually going on. That's how we do it on this channel, and by we I mean me because I can't afford an editor or anybody else. Go sub to my other channels. People are saying, okay, it takes like weeks within S to grade these. So automatic conspiracy is not really a conspiracy. It's proven they had this before. They had this before it was even opened, and they sent it into the biggest grading company in the world just about, and then they thought sending it in a week before the product even launched wouldn't raise any red flags with them, and nobody at the company would say anything. That must be what happened. Do you just wake up in the morning and think, I'm not going to use my brain today? I'm switching it off. I don't need it. I'm about to talk about a super high-profile, multi-million-dollar biggest story in Magic history just about. I don't need my brain for this. Man, so these people on YouTube are pissing me off. In social media, Reddit, everywhere. Everybody's spouting off misinformation, and it is pissing me off. Do you think maybe when this person got in a car or on a bus or in a limo or on a private jet to hand deliver this same day to PSA, that they might maybe expedite it a little bit because it's worth $2 million? Do you think maybe that's what happened? Have you considered that maybe that's what happened in this case? That might be something they would do. That they would get this in and say, maybe we could do this same day. Maybe we could hurry this one up a little bit. In fact, the person's probably staying in a hotel down the damn street. Like I said, there is no way in hell, even being from Canada, unless they didn't have a passport, that would complicate things. That's why I really want the news story to come out for this person to say, what the sequence of events was. But they got it to PSA somehow, and I guarantee they didn't put $2 million worth of crap in the mail with FedEx, because FedEx would lose it. I would put a GPS tracker in it and still not feel comfortable, okay? That gets lost in the mail, you are screwed, okay? You're getting a loan, you're taking your own private funds, and you're taking a damn plane. Like I said, if they didn't have a passport, that's complicated. A lot of people in Canada do. The percentages are pretty high, though. And you could always send it with someone who does, who you absolutely trust. Remember, they're not going to jump on a plane and then just disappear with it and be like, our friendship ain't that valuable. Because it's just like, oh, I stole the Mona Lisa. Well, who the hell am I going to sell it to? What, am I going to post it on Craigslist? You can't sell it except to some deranged billionaire who's going to like hide it. And they can't sell it, which means they can't liquidate it in case they need the money back. It is impossible to sell one-of-a-kind works of art or objects. Can't be done. Ordinarily or effectively impossible, let me put it that way. So who the hell are they going to sell it to if the person raises the alarm, hey, this is mine and this is the person and they stole it? You jump on a plane with $2 million and cross into the US, oh boy, you're in trouble. Now, I don't know for sure that PSA doesn't have an office in Canada either. I didn't really look that up because who cares? I think they probably keep their exact grading locations a little bit hush-hush anyway, so I didn't even look. So to all the people saying, no, it takes a month to grade stuff and it's only been like 2 weeks since the release, so they had it ahead of time and they sent it in. Do you think they'd be like, wow, a $2, $3, $4, $5 million card for a product that hasn't been released yet, and somebody already sent it in for grading? Let's not talk to the press about that. Let's not say anything about that. The multitude of employees that would come in to see it who work there. Really, everybody's going to keep quiet about that. Is that before or after they go to the airport and the 100 of them all install, chemical sprayers on Boeing 747s? Yeah, 10,000 people are in the know, but none of them are going to talk about it. It's the same shit as conspiracies. Don't believe that crap. Chemtrails aren't real, the world is flat, and somebody in Canada pulled this probably day one. I want to know why they stayed quiet about it. I gave my theory in the last one, so in case you missed that video. Although based on the viewership, literally nobody missed that video. But, yeah, you sign up for some stuff that removes your personal information from the internet. You find a place to stay that isn't your house for a while. You talk to a finance person, a money manager, and a lawyer. Then you come out and reveal yourself publicly, if ever. Remember, they're selling this. They could say, as terms of the sale, you cannot in any way leak or identify the seller. It's just, oh, so-and-so card place in Spain or whatever now has the card. We bought it from an anonymous person who pulled it. Stay anonymous, done. I feel like word of mouth would come out as soon as the person's family and friends and employer are like, wow, where'd this person just get $2, $3, $4 million, huh? But if they just don't tell anybody, or tell the people who are really inquiring, who would be like, okay, you're obviously in some criminal drug thing. Okay, no, I pulled this. My safety's at risk, so shut up. And then have a cover story for the other people. Yeah, there you go. That's what I would do. So a couple more fun little things. People are like, oh man, I pre-ordered the gift bundle and I'm paying like $80, $90 for it. Can I cancel that? Is it a good idea? Is it going to fall? Yes. So one more thing about the product is this is blowing up online because once again, WOTC has proven that they don't understand how the internet works and think that they can suppress stories. Wrong. As soon as one person hears about it, that horse has already left the barn and that horse has an internet connection, okay? The Lord of the Rings 4-pack pre-con the listing has been deleted from Amazon and recreated because it had 95% one-star reviews, resulting in a 1.1 out of 5 average rating. People were not thrilled with that one. But how stupid do people get with this that aren't just sensationalist streamers trying to build hype and get more followers? Because at the end of the day, they're spending X to make X, or to make Y, pardon me, and Y is a bigger number than X. So it's a business transaction and they're an actor and it's all a show? Did some people get stupidly stupid with this, considering it's a 0.0000003% chance or whatever the hell it was? Do I need to answer that? But how bad did it get? Someone on Twitter posted, I stupidly spent $11,000 chasing those stupid Lord of the Rings cards. That was supposed to pay off my credit cards and go towards my 401k. And now I'm screwed and I have nothing to show for it. Okay, I had to say it because it's making the rounds. The shortest version is that's not how a 401k works. It's not like an IRA where you can just arbitrarily contribute amounts to it. It's in some cases, like, it's complicated, but like, yeah, it's BS. But somebody with massive credit card debt, unless it's like medical or business or COVID related, probably would make that stupid of a financial decision, but I think this was a troll post. So the last thing to talk about, will WOTC ever do this again? Well, clearly not. Just kidding. What if they never repeated? Try and name one thing. Borderless cards, full art lands, special premium foils, super limited edition single sets like From the Vault, San Diego Comic-Con, and every secret lair ever. Masterpieces, the Zendikar Hidden Treasure inserts, which now they've effectively done twice. If you count the One Ring, I mean, it's the same thing. Name one successful thing that WOTC hasn't done more than once, and quickly, because they're like, whoa, this is a new thing, this took off. Even serialized cards they've done more than once. Tie-ins with giant other brands, and super hyper rare inserts and search cards, but it's not going to be one next time because they really dodged a bullet on nobody opening this. All somebody has to do is throw one in their closet or open one and not know what they have, and you never hear about this again. So I think that was a mistake. Even though it didn't turn out to be a mistake, it was still a mistake. Like, the results don't make the initial setup correct retroactively. That's not how causality works. So the next time they're going to do probably 5 or 10 would be my guess. Or they'll do like some meme number, they'll like, oh, we're coming back to Shadows over Innistrad and we're going to do exactly 13 of this one card. In fact, let me just fast forward to the future. What are they going to do when people get sick of this and it stops working? Because that's how everything they do that's a publicity stunt eventually ends up. They're going to include like physical objects and like embedded crazy cards. So, like they cut up a person's sports jersey and embed it in the card. They've been doing that for a while. It's called artifacts. So I don't know if they're gonna have a lock of Rosewater's hair or like, I mean, knowing them, they'll rip out one of Richard Garfield's teeth and put it in a card. I don't know. But the problem with those is you can squeeze really hard and feel like the little window, and then you can like effectively search them, and people will like, okay, I've said this before. I know somebody who does this professionally. They will hit up like 50 Walgreens in a weekend, just go on an absolute spree when a new sports thing comes out, press the cards, search them, and they are like, I'm like an expert lock picker. This person, I would look at them and say, wow, they've got really precise nerves in their fingers. Okay, that's coming from me. I'm also a professional knife thrower. But some people got this down, and this guy ain't younger than me, and he's not, I mean, let's just say he's not the type that you think, whoa, like ninja. Now, he's just a chill old dude, but my God, does he make money. He'll take the whole stack and just look through them, and he'll be like on his phone, and just people are like, oh, you're a collector, you spend big money, whatever. And then he'll just, slide his fingers across it, find the one with the little window on it, and they put it in the middle, they put blockers on it, it doesn't matter. He can just like tap on it and stuff. I'm not going to give away the exact thing because we don't need more people doing it, but yeah, if they did that, the packs would be searchable. And remember, WOTC makes mistakes like this. You may think, oh no, box mapping, and like when you can shine a light through the through the plastic and find out what cards were in it, like beta edition, and they're not going to make those mistakes again, right? And then after MM1, they made MM2, and they're in paper boxes that you could just reseal with like a freaking iron. Meltable glue in a paper case. Are you insane? That was one of my first viral videos on this channel, is where I opened one, and it was just like the ace of spades and like a Pokemon card or whatever the hell else I threw in there. And I'm like, guys, this is just like a little troll post about, you won't believe what I opened in MM2. Just to warn you, don't trust single packs, even from a respectable looking store, because they could be resealed. So yes, WOTC does make clueless decisions like that, because they're such a small company doing small product runs. Oh wait, no, there really is no excuse whatsoever, but they still do it. It doesn't stop them. So would they start embedding physical objects or custom modified cards or like esports jerseys or something equally stupid into a card? Absolutely, I think they're going to. They can't come up with things on their own. They only copy what other people do, and that's what sports cards are doing, and it's very popular. But I'd like to hear from you guys. In every other game, what is something that WOTC hasn't copied yet that you think they're going to do? Because I know quite a bit about like secret rares and, the ultra rares and the shiny Pokemon and stuff, and, a couple one-ofs and like special this and that. Event-specific, stuff, they've already done that. I can't think of one other thing done by one other game that WOTC hasn't copied yet. But I'd love to hear, if you know something, what it is down below. Because I think they're running out of ideas, running out of options, running out of customers, and running out of customers' money. I said that like it's an opinion, not a fact, but okay, sure. So yeah, interesting train wreck this is. And now the blade cuts both ways and everybody's shitting on the product. Oh, I'm not opening this anymore. Somebody found it. They found it in Canada. They found it weeks ago. And all the foreigners are like, this wasn't in our boosters, even though you can get English boosters in every damn country. Everybody has nothing nice to say about this product right now. I guess they forgot that would happen. And the price is crashing. It's going to continue crashing. The singles are worth nothing. If you've got them, you're an idiot in the first place for buying this garbage, knowing damn well what's going to happen. And you're an even bigger idiot if you thought you were going to open it. Like I said, if you want to do some long shot stuff, or you want to do something that's tipped in your favor, either just get into resale. Like my lottery ticket is walk into a thrift store, buy some stuff, and then flip it to a pawn shop or on eBay. Okay, that is heavily in my favor. Or, well, I've already told you on my second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever the hell it is at this point channel, how to rip off casinos legally and consistently. And I make a lot of money doing it. So hey, thanks for watching. Don't be stupid. Most of you on this channel aren't. That's why you're here. And I'll see you guys next time.